The morning sun spilled softly over the chrome edges of the Maplewood diner, a place where the smell of butter and syrup usually meant comfort and warmth. But that day, something darker lingered beneath the golden light. At a booth near the window sat a young woman named Clara. Her wheelchair rested close to the table, and before her sat a plate of pancakes, her favorite. It should have been an ordinary morning, but it wasn't. At the next booth, a group of teenage boys whispered and laughed, their cruelty disguised as humor. Then, without warning, one of them slapped the plate from Clara's lap, pancakes splattering across the tiled floor. Another gave her wheelchair a shove, sending it rolling back. The diner fell silent. The laughter of the boys echoed like knives through the air. Clara froze, tears gathering in her eyes as humiliation burned hotter than pain. If you believe that kindness should always conquer cruelty, that no one deserves to be treated this way, take a moment to like, comment, and share this video. Together, we can remind the world that compassion is stronger than hate. Clara had lived her entire life fighting battles most people couldn't see. Born with a spinal condition, she learned early on that her body might limit her, but her spirit never would. Still, the world often tested that belief with stares, whispers, and pity. But what happened that morning went beyond cruelty. It was pure humiliation. The boys jeered while others in the diner looked away, some shaking their heads, but no one stepping forward. A waitress froze mid-step, coffee cups trembling in her hands. Then, a gentle gesture. An older man, gray at the temples, knelt beside Clara and quietly picked up her fallen plate. "Don't mind them," he whispered. His voice was kind, though his eyes betrayed fear. That small act of kindness flickered like a candle in the dark. But Clara still felt broken, exposed. She stared at her pancakes, appetite gone, her heart heavy with questions no one could answer. Then, the moment that changed everything. An hour later, a deep rumble rolled through the parking lot, growing louder with every second. Heads turned toward the diner's wide glass windows. Dozens of motorcycles pulled in, chrome glinting in the sunlight. The insignia on their jackets read, "Hell's Angels." The bullies' laughter stopped. Their faces drained of color. Everyone knew the reputation. Tough, fearless, loyal to their own. The diner door swung open with a soft jingle. A towering man stepped inside, beard thick, eyes like steel. Behind him came another, then another, until the room seemed to shrink under their presence. The leader, Roar, scanned the room. His eyes landed on the boys, then softened as they fell on Clara. Without a word, he walked toward her and knelt beside her wheelchair. For the first time that morning, Clara didn't feel small. She felt seen. Roar turned toward the bullies. His voice was low and calm, but powerful enough to silence the room. Clara couldn't hear every word, but she didn't need to. The shame on their faces said it all. One by one, the boys slipped out of their booth and rushed toward the door, their arrogance replaced by fear. Outside, the motorcycles stood like a wall of steel, blocking their path, a reminder of what true courage looked like. Roar then turned to the waitress and placed a large bill on the counter. "Get her whatever she wants," he said. "Pancakes, pie, milkshake, the whole menu if she likes." Then he did something no one in that diner would ever forget. He removed his leather vest, the symbol of his brotherhood, and gently placed it around Clara's shoulders. "You're family now," he told her. Tears streamed down Clara's face. Not from pain, but from gratitude. In one unforgettable hour, her story transformed, from cruelty to compassion, from humiliation to hope. The diner broke into quiet applause. The waitress hugged her, and Clara, for the first time in a long while, smiled. Not because her life was easy, but because she knew she wasn't alone. Sometimes kindness comes from the most unexpected places. And sometimes the fiercest hearts are the ones who protect the gentlest souls. If this story touched you, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Because the more we share stories like Clara's, the more we remind the world that kindness is louder than hate.